Superstar Dolph Ziggler, Ricochet,
AJ Styles,
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is BrettO Live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we have the Week in Review, episode 110. This is where we go over Raw and Smackdown in a WWE action figure setup style. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on this video if you haven't already. Check out a bunch of new videos on the channel because there's a freaking ton. And without further ado, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Starting over here is a one-on-one match between Elias and AJ Styles, and this match really didn't do anything for me. I really didn't care who won this or not. But yeah, in the end, we saw Jackson Ryker just pull AJ Styles out of the ring and cause a disqualification. And then they sort of distracted Omos, and then Elias beat on him, and then Ryker, yeah, it was weird. But it felt like they were making AJ Styles the face in this, which was very odd because AJ Styles and Omos have been the heels the past couple months, but now they were making them look like faces in this match, which were very interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see if Omos and AJ are the faces, and well, Elias and Ryker have always been heels, but yeah, other than the story itself, these two teams together, I really couldn't care less. Moving over here, it was a rematch. I feel like I've seen this match a billion times. John Morrison, Damian Priest, one-on-one in a lumberjack match. At least it was a real lumberjack match this time. They actually had real people on the outside of the ring, not freaking zombies. But yeah, the match itself was okay. They did a Spanish fly off the top rope. Damian Priest hit his finisher, was able to pick up the victory, but the one best thing that came out of this, after the match, Damian Priest said that it's all over between him, The Miz, and Morrison, which is a blessing. And yes, Miz did get injured at WrestleMania Backlash. That is an L. That's too bad because I was interested to see what he was going to do after Damian Priest, because literally him and Damian Priest in a rivalry, that was literally horrendous. And during the lumberjack match, they had Cedric Alexander jump through the middle rope and frickin' suicide dive on Shelton Benjamin just to continue that storyline. I thought that was pretty cool. Moving over here, it was Angel Garza versus Drew Gulak in a one-on-one match, and this time Angel Garza said he was going to shove that rose right down his throat, and this match itself just sucked. Angel Garza destroyed Drew Gulak, very quick fashion, grabbed the rose, shoved it in his mouth, and that was it. I honestly could not care less, to be honest. Moving over here, it was AJ Styles versus, Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston in a one-on-one match. This was pretty decent, I have to say. I guess Kofi Kingston, he brought up the past between him and Randy Orton, because him and Randy Orton have had a shady past together, so it was pretty interesting to see them back in the same ring at the same time. One-on-one, of course, not a bad match. We had, in the end, Xavier Woods on the outside, playing a distraction, playing that trombone, distracting Randy Orton in order for Kofi Kingston to roll him up and pick up the victory. And then Matt Riddle was super mad because Xavier Woods cheated and sent Xavier Woods on the floor. I thought that was amazing. So this time, basically this week, Matt Riddle is the hothead and Randy Orton's not really the hothead, which was pretty freaking interesting. I really, really enjoyed that. Moving over here, it was Charlotte versus Asuka in a one-on-one match. People seem to like their chemistry in the ring together. I thought this match was terrible. Rhea Ripley was on ringside. Nothing really came out of this match too well. Rhea Ripley sort of played distraction a bit, and then Asuka was able to basically just pin Charlotte out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't care. I literally don't care. Ugh, man, so bad. Moving over here. Well, before this match, actually, Tamina and Natalya were on the episode of The Playground with Alexa Bliss. They were at the playground with Alexa Bliss. I'm like, this is weird. And basically, they were just weirded out by her. And then the match came. It was Natalya, Tamina versus Shayna and Nia. Rematch for the Women's Tag Team Championships. In the end, some fireball came out of the post. And then Reginald was blinded or whatever. And that distracted Nia and Shayna in order for Natalya and Tamina to win the match. I thought it was rubbish, terrible, garbage. Moving over here, Sheamus, Ricochet, one-on-one. I loved this. Please, just give Ricochet, but the only thing that didn't come out of this was Ricochet lost again. somebody different going after the title and facing Bobby Lashley. Finally. Oh my gosh. They had a pretty good match. In the end, we saw Xavier Woods try to do the same thing with the trombone, and Bobby Lashley sort of distracted him, but the ultimate thing was Drew McIntyre cheating and grabbing MVP's cane and sending it into the gut of Bobby Lashley in order for Kofi Kingston to roll up Bobby Lashley and pick up the victory. I feel like there's so much freaking roll-ups in the show. Absolutely insane. But yeah, that was pretty cool to see somebody new go up against Bobby Lashley in the main event. I like that. But as far as the ending goes, it was okay. But yeah, guys, there's Monday Night Raw. It was an okay show. It's just, Raw's been super boring. You guys know the deal with this show now. In the end, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. I have been being nice the past couple weekend reviews, given that these low scores. At least I'm not giving it a 1. It's going to get a 2 out of 5 from me. Not a bad show. Kept me entertained at points, but other ones, it's just like, oh my god. Moving into the Smackdown side of things, we are going to jump right in, starting with the beginning of the show. Very, very odd. So Sonya Deville had all the champions just out on the entrance stage of SmackDown, and she was basically just introducing them all. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. And then the main thing that came out of it was Bayley interjecting and calling out Bianca Belair. Basically, that turned into a 6-man tag team match between Bayley, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair, Tamina, and Natalya. So basically, champions versus former champions. This was just an okay match. I don't really think it was too very good. I mean, it's opening match. They got the women's stuff done right away, which I was pretty happy with. But yeah, it was all right. I mean, nothing crazy came out of this. Very odd, though. We saw Bayley hit a Bayley to belly on Bianca Belair on the outside, and I'm like, dang. That's definitely going to take out Bianca Belair the rest of the match, and it did. And then Shayna Baszler caught freaking Natalya in the Karafuda clutch and then tapped her out. I'm like, whoa, that is weird. So definitely expect Nia and Shayna to get a future tag team opportunity in the future. That's for sure. But yeah, otherwise that was just all right. Moving over here was Dominik Mysterio versus Bobby Roode or Robert Roode in a one-on-one match because, of course, Dominik was the one that pinned him at WrestleMania Backlash to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. This match was okay. Nothing crazy. Just another match where it's just like, okay, you know, they're out there. Nothing crazy is going to happen. But yeah, Bobby Roode ended up losing basically the same way that he did at WrestleMania Backlash. The frog splash off the top rope, and then Dominik was able to pick up the victory. Rey Mysterio prevented Dolph Ziggler from getting involved, so that was pretty cool. But other than that, pretty similar to what happened at WrestleMania Backlash. Moving over here, another very similar thing that happened last week on SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin one-on-one. The only thing different this week is, I believe his name was Rick Boogs. Accompanied Shinsuke Nakamura down to the ring with a guitar, and he was playing his entrance music. Not sure if it was just dubbed in music or if he was actually playing that. But yeah, if he was actually playing it, he was doing a kick butt job. Great job, my man. Rick Boogs, I think his name is, which is very interesting. But yeah, it's a pretty cool name. He's a pretty energetic, cool guy. So you never know, he might get a wrestling opportunity in WWE. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, as far as the match goes, it was all right. In the end, we saw King Sasha kick from Shinsuke Nakamura to King Corbin, and then Shinsuke Nakamura still keeps the crown that is down there. So yeah, I guess, you know, it's okay. Nothing crazy. Moving over here, it was the head of the table, Roman Reigns, coming out to do his classic just promo, if you know what I mean. He came out, I'm the head of the table, this, that, you know what I mean. He looked awesome. He did have like this full sweatsuit on. He had a big sweatshirt on, very similar to this. Very freaking cool. I'm like, you know what? I can make that. So I did a fix up here with this Roman. I think it looks freaking awesome. But yeah, as far as the promo goes, basically just saying I'm the head of the table, I'm the world champion, all this, that, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, yeah, what's going on with that? Okay. But then Cesaro interrupts. Boom! Cesaro comes out. Before he could even get down to the ring, Seth Rollins attacks him. Attacks him. All these guys just leave randomly. They're not in the ring anymore. They're just gone. And Seth Rollins just does an insane beatdown on Cesaro, it was a pretty brutal beatdown, not gonna lie. He did a couple curb stomps up by the entrance ramp. Security tried to break him up. Wasn't too helpful. And then Cesaro got carried on a stretcher. And then later backstage, they're like, Seth Rollins was in an interview. He's like, Cesaro, why do you keep making me do this? Why do you make me like this? I'm like, what? What do you even mean? mean? But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Definitely building to their match. Probably at the Cell, and then Seth Rollins might face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do. But yeah, as far as all this, it was all right. Nothing we didn't see at WrestleMania Backlash already. A little repetitive. Moving into the main event of the show, the main attraction for this show, the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Big E, and Apollo Crews. This was a really, really good match. I loved it. So glad they saved it for the main event. So awesome. Just insane action. Very good controversy with Commander Aziz on ringside. I freaking hate that guy. Not just because he's a heel. I cannot stand him. I love Apollo Crews. But man, that dude is annoying. I don't even know why. But I literally cannot stand him. Big E was about to win. He hit the freaking big ending on Apollo Crews. And then Dabba-Kato pulled him out of the ring. I'm like, of course. And then he hit another big ending. And then Aleister Black out of nowhere pops up from the entrance stage, hits in Black Mass on Big E, and Apollo Crews wins and retains the title. I'm like, what? Why is Aleister Black helping out Apollo Crews, first of all? And why would he target Big E right away? Wouldn't he go after Seth Rollins, the guy that freaking destroyed his eye? But whatever. I guess they're trying to make us forget about the history. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see Aleister Black back in the ring. Interested to see what he's going to do. He's got a lot more tattoos that I've noticed, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, as far as the main event goes, it was freaking awesome, and it's really cool to see Aleister Black back in a WWE ring on SmackDown, especially. I think SmackDown fits him, and also I think it would fit Ricochet, SmackDown itself, but of course he's on Raw. But yes, guys, that was SmackDown. In the end, I'm gonna give it a solid 3 out of 5. It was okay. It was an okay show. A really, really kick butt main event. Some good stuff happened in this show, that's for sure. Kept me entertained throughout. But yeah, guys, let me know your ratings down in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. BrettO Live and the head of the table out.